Hello students, welcome to the next session of your geography class 10 chapter 4 agriculture. Now let's start with our first topic here, that is food crops other than grain, that is tea. So coming to the topic, tea and coffee both possess some similar characteristics. The similar characteristic that it has is both of it is a beverage crop. Both of it is a beverage crop. What does beverage crop means here? Crops that we consume for drinking. So both tea and coffee are the beverage crops. Both these are tropical as well as subtropical crops and plantation. Tea and coffee possess some similar characteristics as both of it is a beverage crop. Fine. Both are tropical as well as subtropical crops and plantation. Both grows well in deep, fertile and well-drained soil. Now let's move to a topic, that is tea. It is an important beverage crop introduced by the Britishers in India. It is the most important beverage crop that is introduced by the Britishers in India. The tea plant grows well in tropical and subtropical climates with deep and fertile, well-drained soil. Already discussed with you that the tea plant grows well in tropical and subtropical climates with deep and fertile, well-drained soil. Requires warm climate and frost-free climate throughout the year. Tree bushes require warm and moist-free climate all through the year. That means it requires the moderate type of climate. Now coming to the type of labor required here, it is a labor-intensive industry. What does it mean? Labor-intensive farming means laborers are required to pluck the leaves here, and the labor required need to be skilled and cheap. Labor required should be cheap and skilled, because we need skilled people so as to pluck the leaves in a proper manner so as to produce tea. Now, mostly what happens, these are processed within, this tea is processed within the tea garden. What is the reason behind that? We have done that. This tea is processed in the tea garden to maintain the freshness, which means that industries are set up within the tea garden. Within the tea garden. Now, the major tea producing states are Assam, hills of Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri in districts West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Now, the question comes, why tea and coffee are always cultivated in the hilly areas? As we've already seen that it required frequent showers. So, when it requires frequent showers, what happens? Water gets locked in the plain regions. But with the frequent showers in the hilly areas, what happens? The water will not get locked and will drain out. So, it's preferred to grow tea and coffee in the hilly regions. I hope the topic is clear to you. Let's move to the next one, that is coffee. Yes, coffee. Now, India's coffee is known for its quality throughout the world. India is known for its coffee throughout the world and even exported to different parts of the globe. Now, Yemen coffee is produced in India, and a variety of other coffees are also in great demand all over the world. Now, from where did this Yemen coffee came to India? Now, this is the Arabic variety of coffee which is brought to India by the traders of Yemen. These were brought to India by the traders of Yemen. Now, are you aware of India produces nearly 4%? India produces nearly 4% of the total world's coffee production. Total world's coffee production, 4% is done by India. Initially produced in Baba Budan Hills. Now, initially it is produced in the Baba Budan Hills. Now, where is Baba Budan Hills? It is in Chikmagaluru district in Karnataka. Now also, its production is confined to Nilgiri Hills in Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Even these two topics, that is tea and coffee, are asked to you in the exam for marking. So we need to even go with the math work of these two chapters. Now, coming to the food crops other than grains again, the major one which we are going to do here is sugarcane. Okay, sugarcane. Now, sugarcane is a crop that requires nearly 21 to 27% of annual rainfall. 21 to 27% of degree of annual rainfall, that is nearly requires 75 to 100 centimeters. We'll grow again. It is a tropical as well as a subtropical crop. It is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. It grows well in hot and humid climate with temperature of nearly 21 to 27 degrees Celsius with the annual rainfall of 75 to 100 centimeters. It grows in a variety of soil. Even if the rainfall is not up to the mark, that is not 75 to 100 centimeters, then also sugarcane can be grown with the help of artificial irrigations like through canals and rivers, and can be grown both in tropical and subtropical regions. Now, the features of it are that needs manual labor for sowing to harvesting. This is a crop that requires a complete manual labor rather than machines. As India is not very much developed, is a developing country, so like the country like India and other less developed or developing countries, for example Brazil, it is grown with the help of manual labor. Brazil is the largest producer of sugarcane in the world, and India is the second largest producer of sugarcane after Brazil. Brazil is the largest producer of sugarcane in the world where manual labor is easily available, and after Brazil comes India. That's India is the second largest producer of sugarcane in the world. Now, used as a raw material for various products. It is used as a raw material for various products such as sugar, good, that is called jaggery, khansari and molasses. Now, we have eat 5-star. So we have seen caramel into it. So what is that caramel actually? Actually, this caramel is the improved version of jaggery only. It is the improved version of jaggery. And it is also used in the production of sugar in the sugar mills. The major producers of sugarcane are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The major producer of sugarcane are Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So we have gone through. It is a tropical as well as a subtropical crop. grows well in hot and humid climates with a temperature of 21 to 27 degrees Celsius with the annual rainfall of 75 centimeters to 100 centimeters. Can even be grown in a variety of soils and the temperature and the climatic conditions where water can be used by the method of artificial irrigation. Needs manual labor. India is the largest producer after Brazil, and the various sources where main source of sugarcane is the main source of are sugar, jaggery, khansari and molasses. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the other one, that is oilseeds. Now, we'll study about the oilseeds. Now, what are oilseeds actually? Oilseeds are those crops through which we can extract oil, which is used for various purposes. As for example, it is used for cooking, in cosmetics, for soaps, ointments and various other areas. Now, different oilseeds are grown covering approximately 12% of the total crop area of India. Different type of oilseeds are grown. Nearly 12% of the total crop area of India. Main oilseeds are, as example, groundnut, mustard, coconut, sesame, castor seeds, linseeds and sunflower. The various oilseeds are groundnut, mustard, coconut, sesame, castor seeds, linseeds and sunflower. Now, what is groundnut now? Now, groundnut is a major oilseed, we can say. Groundnut is the major oilseed used in India. India is the largest producer of this oilseed. That is groundnut is the largest production in India. Now, it is a kharif crop. Now, what are kharif crops? You already done. Crops that are sown with the onset of monsoon. Fine. Crops that are grown with the onset of monsoon, and Andhra Pradesh is the largest producer of groundnut, along with Gujarat as well. So, coconut is a kharif crop, and account of half of the major oils is produced in India. So, it is the largest used and consumed, and produced oilseed in India. Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh are the largest producer of groundnut in the country. Coming to the mustard, it is a rabi crop. Sesame, that is still, is a kharif and grown in north and in the south of India. Castor seeds, it is grown in both rabi and kharif seasons. And linseed again is a rabi crop. Okay, I hope this topic oilseeds are clear to you. Fine. Moving to the next one, that is the horticulture crop. Horticulture crops in class 8, we already discussed different types of crops. Different types of cultures, as like sericulture, pisciculture, horticulture. Can you tell me something about these different types of cultures? Okay, you can tell me in the comment box. Now, coming to the main topic, horticulture here, that horticulture crops include growing of fruits and vegetables. Horticulture crops include growing of crops, fruits and vegetables. Now, in India is a country having a large section of vegetarian population. We are aware of. India is a country having a large section of vegetarian population. So, India is the largest producer and a consumer of horticulture crops as well. We can say that. As in pulses, we have also done that India is the largest producer and the consumer of pulses. In the same manner, India is a country having a large section of vegetarian population, where if so, we can say that India is even the largest producer and the consumer of horticulture crops. Now, coming to the demand, now India Indian fruits and vegetables are in demand throughout the world. India's fruits and vegetables are in demand throughout the world. Coming to the major crops that are here, we can say mangoes. So mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, UP, Telangana, West Bengal, okay, are the major producers of mangoes in the country. Again, we can go that mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, UP, and West Bengal. Oranges are specially of Nagpur and Cherrapunji in Meghalaya. The best oranges are produced in Nagpur and Cherrapunji in Meghalaya. Bananas of Kerala and Mizoram, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Bananas of which areas are famous? Kerala, Mizoram, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Lychee and guava of UP and Bihar. Lychee and guava of UP and Bihar are famous worldwide. Pineapples of Meghalaya. Okay, pineapples of Meghalaya. Grapes of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra. Apple, pears, apricots and walnuts of Jammu, Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Apples, pears, apricots and walnuts of Jammu, Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Now we can say that India produces nearly 13% of the world's vegetables as well. The important vegetables produced here are cauliflower, brinjal, potato, onion and even many more. Okay, so I hope you are clear with the horticulture crops. Horticulture crops are the crops that include fruits and vegetables in its production. Okay, India being a vegetarian country consumes the maximum of these crops. So even it is the producer of largest producer of horticulture crops. The various fruits and vegetables that are famous worldwide are mango, bananas, lychee and guavas, pineapples, grapes, apple, pear, apricots and walnuts. Okay, I hope you all are clear. For queries, can comment and ask me on my personal wall. Thank you.